Hello, and in today's video we'll be discussing the value of the Tori no Mi, otherwise known as Tori, and why it's overpriced. Before we start the video, I'd highly recommend you like and subscribe. It helps out the channel a lot, and it will let you know when I upload next. And
here we go! So what's the characteristic that distinguishes these two beings? There's only one answer. Instinct!
whether you believe it or not, Tori is overpriced. The value is far too high and I have multiple reasons for believing this. Tori is the only mythical Devil Fruit currently in the game, but this is the reason its value is too high. There is an 0.5% chance of any Devil Fruit you obtain being a Tori, but there are also 8 legendaries in the game, with a 4% chance of a fruit being one of those. This makes the chance of getting a specific legendary the same chance as that of getting a Tori. For example, when you get a Devil Fruit, the chance of it being a Hiei is the same chance of it being a Tori. With this knowledge, if any other legendary is added to the game, Tori will become more common than a specific legendary fruit. However, if another mythical fruit were added, Tori would have doubled its current rarity, giving any obtained Devil Fruit a 0.25% chance to be a Tori. For the chances of obtaining any Devil Fruit, watch the video in the description and pinned comment. Tori is arguably a very weak Devil Fruit. Its main priority is healing, which may make it good for getting on the dungeon leaderboard, but what else is it good for? Flying away and healing against a low gear user with ranged attacks? The fruit has near to no offense capabilities, but let's look at what it does have. Talents. Talents that if used means that you should be putting stats in strength. This leads to some of the same issues Black Leg builds have. Swords are simply more useful as a main weapon. They have more range, a longer block, so what's the point of talents? The burn. The burn with a unique color and an effect that heals you for 40% of the damage it deals, but as useless as this is, the burn does not go through low gear bars and it doesn't even do that much damage. The half form is useless and everyone knows it. I don't even have to explain how useless it is. It's nothing but a worse version of the full Phoenix form. The fireballs. This is actually a very good move. The damage is decent, the AoE is decent, it's extremely fast. The only issue is that it is a good move that does not block break. This leaves Tori with no block breaks, and requires a fighting star or a sword with a block break move. The NPC block update makes this especially a big deal for PvE. Full form. The full form is another example of a very good move. It has mobile flight with the second fastest speed out of anything in the game, faster than Striker. The flight also gives access to a better heal, which also heals anybody within a certain AoE around your body, and gives access to the fireball. Not only this, but the transformation itself is as instant as it could be. The healing move. The healing takes a lot of stamina and was changed at some point to scale off the Devil Fruit stat. This is one of the reasons using both melee and sword is a bad idea. You just can't get enough stat points. Not only this, but it takes a large amount of stamina, which is especially bad for PvP considering being in combat mode now makes stamina regeneration slower. But the heal is terrible anyway if you're not in full Phoenix form. The ultimate. The ultimate is a block break, does good damage. It's way too fast to react with Tekai, and it's unavoidable. It's annoying, it is extremely annoying, but so are the ultimates of many other fruits. Mira, Goro, Magu, Hiei, Gura, Pika, that's 6 of the 8 legendary Devil Fruits. So, the fruit has 3 good abilities, one of which is only usable in the Phoenix forms, and one of which requires the ultimate bar to be filled. Not only this, but it's terrible offensively, making it more of a support Devil Fruit, but the game just isn't made for teams of attackers and support classes. The fruit is one that greatly suffers more than the other fruits in this game, from the issue of being unfun. As previously stated, the healer is only very useful in full Phoenix form and takes a lot of stamina. This promotes the playstyle of running away for both PvP and PvE, making fighting with both and against the Devil Fruit unfun, and just trying to farm with the fruit is long and tedious. There are, of course, ways to make the fruit fun and usable in PvP, but these are few, and still much less effective than using a better Devil Fruit. And they don't fix the issue of PvE being tedious. So the fruit is a support type in a game that's not built for support types, takes too much stamina, faces nerf after nerf when it's already underpowered, just because people find it fighting in PvP annoying. It is borderline unusable in PvE. It promotes a boring playstyle and has a move that is completely useless. Not only this, but it has the same drop chance as a legendary fruit until another mythical is added into the game, as shown in the video in the description and pinned comment. So why is the value so high? My only guess is that it has a unique rarity. Feel free to discuss this in the comments. As of now, my position in the argument is fixed. There's not much that can change my mind. Tori needs a buff. The half form needs to be completely changed. Perhaps a decently weak block break or a PvE move like Light Ray. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. It helps out a lot.
Weapons really just to help roll with the law.